High Adventure. Tonight's story is entitled The Day of the Jackdaw by Denver Morgan.
England, 1944. The tide is turning. The once victorious German armies are in retreat. Daily, the heart of industrial Germany slows almost to a halt under the incessant aerial bombardment. The invasion of Europe is only a matter of months away. The preparation and planning is painstaking, and the men of MI6 Special Services Unit play a vital role. This is the story of Lieutenant John Williams, who joined Special Services some 3 months before the Normandy landings. Sit down, Lieutenant...
Williams, sir.
Oh, yes, Williams. Now, why have you volunteered to join Special Services? I see from your file that you've worked in intelligence since the beginning of the war. Done a very good job, from what I hear. Don't you feel perhaps you'd be better employed at London headquarters?
Well, sir, the war's been going on for nearly 5 years. I've seen no action in that time. Many of my friends have been killed. I feel something of a fraud staying in London.
The application form states your French is fluent.
Yes. At university, I majored in languages, and before the war, I spent a number of holidays in France with my mother. She used to paint there.
Oh, really? Was she Laura Williams?
Yes, that's right, sir.
I've seen a number of her works. She's well, I trust.
No, she died some 3 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. And your father?
Well, he left my mother when I was a small child. I hardly knew him.
I see that you're single. Any plans to marry?
I do have a fiancée in Scotland, sir, but, well, we don't intend to get married until the war's over.
You're going to join this unit. It's probably a very wise decision. Are you aware of what we do here and what you'll be expected to do should you survive the course?
Only what I hear on the grapevine.
I'll explain. If we accept you into the Special Services, you'll first undergo a series of aptitude tests. Depending on the results, you'll be trained as a general liaison officer to work with the resistance in France or be posted to a special commando sabotage unit.
And what form does the training take, sir?
The course lasts 3 months. During this time, you'll be instructed in the sending and receiving of messages using our standard portable transmitter. 10 parachute jumps, 3 of which will be undertaken at night. Every aspect of unarmed combat, including some of the more unpleasant ways in which to kill people. Weapon training. Various programs to test your stamina. The advanced use of high explosives. Map reading. And finally, you'll accompany a commando patrol on one of their routine raids into enemy territory. Do you think you can handle it?
I hope so, sir.
I think that's all. I wish you luck and say goodbye for the moment.
Goodbye?
Yes. Be away for about 3 months. See you when I get back. If you're still here. Sit down, Williams. Well, how do you feel? Glad the course is over?
Oh, in a way, sir, but I feel I could have done better.
And looking at your report, you appear to have done extremely well. Tell me, how well do you know the Rennes area?
Well, rather well, sir. I spent some time there in 38.
Williams, you've been selected as a liaison officer between ourselves and the resistance in Rennes. Before you answer this next question, think very carefully. You don't have to take the job. Are you prepared to go into the area and undertake what will be an extremely hazardous operation, to say the least?
I volunteered for Special Services, and if there's a job I can do, I'll do it.
Very well. Let's clearly understand one thing. Whatever I say to you now is top security. You will discuss nothing with anyone from this moment on. Until you leave for France, you'll be confined to the training area. Meals will be taken in your room, and you'll report to me here daily. I am the only one who knows of your pending operation, apart from one senior officer at GHQ and one man in France.
When am I likely to leave?
Within the next 5 days.
Can I ask exactly what I am to do, sir?
Yes. It's obvious to all of us in Britain that the invasion of Europe is imminent. And you can't hide the build-up of ships, equipment, and men. So the Germans are well aware that we're coming. What they are not sure of is where we'll strike. The invasion will be both seaborne and airborne. It will be the job of the airborne troops to get behind the coastal defenses and thus harass the enemy from the rear.
Will this be both paratroopers and glider-borne forces?
Yes. One beachhead which we hope to establish is on the St. Malo coastline, which is relatively free of concentrated enemy forces. Your job will be to set up the reception arrangements for incoming gliders. The local resistance forces in that area are expecting you. You'll arrive approximately 4 days before the invasion forces leave this country.
And when our forces have arrived, what will be my function?
General liaison work until you receive further orders.
And how do I get into France, sir? Sea or air?
Air. You'll be dropped by night. Your code name will be Jackdaw.
How will I know my contact? He's at 15 Rue Madeleine, correct?
Yes, 15 Rue Madeleine is a small pet shop run by a man, Pierre Sagan. Here's a photograph of him. And when you arrive, don't go straight to the shop. Reconnoiter the area thoroughly and make sure the place is not under surveillance. Once you're inside the shop and you're positive that the man serving you is Sagan, identify yourself by using your code name, Jackdaw.
And then what?
Sagan has a radio transmitter in the basement of his shop, and he'll radio your arrival to us.
And do I stay with him?
No. He'll find you a hiding place on the outskirts of the town.
This fellow, is he aware of my mission?
No. As far as he's concerned, you're just another British officer sent in to establish landing zones for aircraft, bringing in supplies for the resistance. Under no circumstances are you to take him into your confidence. Use him. He's lived in the district for years. You'll have 3 days in which to work. From your maps, radio the grid references of your chosen landing strips, and then wait. Hello, Dixon here, sir. I've got our man. Williams, Lieutenant Williams, just completed his course. Details: weaponry, average. Demolition, below average. Parachute training, fair. Unarmed combat, lacks killer instinct. Stamina, below average. Command of French language, excellent. General assessment: this officer is not recommended for special services and should be returned to his unit. Yes, sir, that's just what I thought. Perfect. He'll leave in about 3 days' time. Jackdaw. Operation Jackdaw. Very well, Williams. Let's go over your cover again. What's your name?
Jean Sinclair.
Occupation?
School teacher.
What are you doing in this region?
I was in the French army, taken prisoner and released on health grounds. My doctor advised me to live near the coast. My lungs are weak.
What do you intend to do whilst you're here?
I hope to secure a clerical position.
Do you know anybody in this region?
No.
Why did you come here?
Oh, as a boy, I spent a holiday here. It's always appealed to me.
You were in the French army. What unit?
A company clerk, D Company, 7th Tank Division.
Who was your commanding officer?
Colonel Pirot. He was killed 3 months after the war started.
Very well, Sinclair. Here are your papers. You'll report to the commandant's office every Friday. Williams, you must be a little more definite with your answers.
Oh, yes, sir.
Fair enough. Next point. Under no circumstances are you to carry any arms. If for any reason you're searched, you must be clean. Come to the table over here. These are the clothes you'll wear. They're all of French manufacture and about 3 years old. We've had photographs made of you in French army uniform. There's a collection of old tram tickets, some French money, discharge papers from the German prison camp. That's all. You'll have no written instructions. After arriving in France, make for Rennes and go to 15 Rue Madeleine. You know the rest. Any questions?
If I'm caught?
If you're caught, do your best to maintain your story. If it's broken, merely give your name, rank, and number, nothing else.
Will I have a cyanide capsule?
Oh, I think that's a little melodramatic, Williams. You've only to survive for a matter of 3 to 4 days before our forces join you. We've had too many agents take their lives under most minor interrogation. Also, the Germans make a thorough physical search of all suspects before they're interrogated. Anything else?
No, sir.
Right. You leave tonight. Thought I'd come down and wish you luck.
Oh, that's very good of you, sir.
Now, you got everything?
Yes, checked and double-checked.
We expect to hear from you tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Williams, just one final word. If they do catch you, don't talk. If you do, hundreds of men could well lose their lives.
I understand, sir. Goodbye. Taken out the floor hatch.
Right. Connect your static line. Your chute will open at 2,000 feet. Make sure you disconnect your intercom before leaving. There'll be no further communication between us. When I switch on the green Navigator to pilot. Left. Left to shade. Straighten her up. I'm giving Williams the green light now. Hold her steady. There he goes. I've lost him in the cloud. Let's go home.
Good morning. Does it always rain like this?
Not always, monsieur. You must be a stranger here. We have wonderful summers.
Well, I must come back in summer.
Oui.
This is a very nice shop. I'm looking for a pet for my young daughter.
Oh, certainly. Well, what can I show you? Perhaps this puppy, huh? No? A kitten?
No. Too expensive to feed with the rationing.
Oh, something smaller. Let's see. A bird, perhaps, huh? We have some lovely budgerigars.
That's a good thought. As a little boy, there was one thing I always wanted. Do you, by any chance, have a jackdaw?
Oui. I think we might have a jackdaw. I've another place at the back of the shop. Would you come through? When did you get here?
I arrived at 3 a.m. this morning. It's taken me all day to get here. I had to lie low for a while. There were a number of German patrols on the road.
Just routine. Nothing special. Tell me, when are they coming?
You mean the invasion?
What else? I long for the day when France will be free. Why have you come?
We want to build up your supply of arms so that you can be of real assistance to our forces when they arrive. The dropping by parachute is proving unsuccessful. I'd like you to take me around so that I can select a number of landing strips. Something suitable for, say, a Dakota.
There are plenty of farmlands around here. Landing strips will be no problem. The aerial defenses are poor. Troop concentrations aren't great. The main build-up is to the east.
Where's your radio?
Down in the cellar. You want me to contact London?
Yes. Just give them my code name, Jackdaw. They'll then know I've arrived.
What is your name?
It's better if you don't know that. Use the name I'm traveling under, Jean Sinclair.
Bon.
Tell me, I don't expect to be here more than 3 or 4 days. Where am I to hide out?
There is a small farm on the outskirts of town. It is easy to find. It is the only one with a windmill. The land has a stream running through it. He uses it for irrigation.
And when do we leave for there?
As soon as it is dark.
What about the curfew?
Oh, don't worry about the curfew. I know this town like the back of my hand. The German patrols will never catch us. Now, there's a bed in the cellar. Rest there. I'll wake you when it is dark. I'll bring you some food later. John, wake up. It's time to go.
Right. Now, let me get my shoes. I'm ready.
We'll go at the back way. If for any reason we run into a patrol, let me do the talking. Jean, you can see the windmill silhouetted. Beautiful sight, no? There is a barn on the left. That's why you will stay.
The farmer, he knows I'm coming.
Of course, he can be trusted. Don't worry. We'll see him later. Come on, hurry. The moon is coming up. Open up. It's Pierre.
Good evening, gentlemen. We've been expecting you. No, Sagan, don't. Leave that gun in your pocket alone unless you want to die.
I'd rather die than be taken by you pigs.
I take it you don't want to join your friend.
I don't know what's going on. Why are you here? What have we done wrong?
Please, don't play games with me. You're an enemy agent.
Me? An agent? You must be crazy.
I have your name. Jean Sinclair. Now, what have you to say?
You're mad. Here are my papers.
They're good, but not good enough. No, don't try to escape. The place is completely surrounded. Let me introduce myself. My name is Major Heinrichs, military intelligence. Answer my questions, and there's a chance that you won't be shot. Refuse to cooperate, and you'll be handed over to the Gestapo. You know what that means. Now, don't start denying who you are. We know who you are. What we want to know is why you're here. Your friend on the floor can't help us, I'm afraid.
I've nothing to say.
Sinclair, I beg you to see reason. You think that being a hero will give you immortality? They'll soon forget you. You're dead anyhow. In terms of the Geneva Convention, I could have you shot as a spy right this minute.
Well, why don't you?
Because with the invasion forces building up on the other side of the channel, it's essential if we to defend the coastline to glean every scrap of information we can. And I don't believe the British sent you here on some routine mission. For the last time, why were you sent here?
I have nothing to say, Major.
Dixon here, sir. Williams was picked up on schedule. Yes, at the farmhouse. Zagan, dead, I'm afraid. Yes, sir. Very good man. A Major Heinrichs used to be with the SS in Berlin. Very competent officer. No, sir. Williams does not appear to be cooperating. Heinrichs has called in the local Gestapo. Our agent at police headquarters will keep us advised of developments. How long? If I've judged Williams correctly, we'll know in the next hour or so. Yes, sir. I'll keep you advised. Drinks at the club? Yes, that would be very nice. 6:30. Excellent. I look forward to seeing you, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Sinclair, can you hear me? How much more of this do you think you can take?
Sinclair. Sculpture. Sinclair? Sinclair.
Sinclair, you are going to die. Another day with the Gestapo and you're finished. Tell me why you were sent here.
Oh, don't threaten me with death, Major. Death I would welcome. How proud you must feel. What an excellent soldier you are.
You think I like this? What do you think would happen to me if I don't obey my orders and get the information they want? I'd be shipped off to the Russian front to freeze to death. In heaven's name, spare us both this agony. Why were you sent here?
Leave me. Just leave me.
Get me field headquarters. Major Heinrichs. Good afternoon, sir. I'm sorry to bother you. The prisoner still refuses to talk. I think he'll probably die on us. Yes, the Gestapo. Very well. We'll try again. And if we fail... I see. Good night, sir.
That's all I can tell you, sir. I carefully picked this man, but he hasn't broken.
Dixon, I've always relied on your judgment in the past, but I don't like the way things are going.
I accept full responsibility if this mission should fail, sir.
Williams will be very pleased, I'm sure. Your source of information on police headquarters in Rennes, reliable?
Been working with us for years. He'll be worth a fortune by the end of the war, and what we paid him.
The invasion is 2 days away. If this little plan of ours doesn't work, we'll look rather foolish.
You don't have to remind me, sir. That Williams chap, completely unreliable.
Field headquarters. Major Heinrichs here. Good evening, sir. Good news. The man has broken. His full name is Lieutenant John Williams, formerly with Military Intelligence in London, transferred to the Special Services Unit 3 months ago. His mission? It appears he was sent here on a reconnaissance trip. A reconnaissance trip? I can't hear you. Yes, the line is poor. It looks like there's going to be a heavy concentration of airborne troops arriving in this area. I can only assume St. Malo is to be the landing point of seaborne troops. What do you suggest? Yes, the 9th SS Division and the 113th Panzer Division. Move them here. It does weaken our front a little, but this man Williams is, I am convinced, telling the truth. No man could lie under the circumstances. No, he's still alive. Very well. I shall get onto the commanders. We shall have the reinforcements in the area by dawn. The British paratroopers are in for a surprise. It'll be Arnhem all over again. Thank you, sir. I look forward to seeing you. Yes, we have some very good French fries.
Can't understand it, sir. There's still no news.
Pity. There's nothing really we can do, but I don't think this will go down as one of our better plans, do you?
Oh, there's no need to rub it in, sir.
I suppose Williams is still alive. I mean, you don't think he'd have died under interrogation, do you?
These Gestapo chaps know their business. I don't think they'd go that far. This whole affair is getting a bit embarrassing. I was censoring the men's mails this morning, sir, when I came across a letter from William's fiancée. She hasn't heard from him for the last 2 weeks. She's getting a little agitated.
Yes. I think it might be a good idea if you destroyed anything you have on paper in regard to this operation. It would be disastrous if the truth came out. Bad for morale. Particularly us tipping the Germans off about William's arrival.
I've already taken that precaution, sir. I'm also preparing a telegram for William's fiancée. It's the standard missing in action, presumed killed. I shall follow it up with one of my better type letters of condolence.
Well, I better be getting along. Keep in touch.
Wait, sir. This could be it. Hello. Yes, put him through. Yes, I know it doesn't make sense to you. Just give me the letters. I'll decipher it myself. Yes? Yes, I've got that. Thank you.
Well?
Pass me that code book, sir.
Oh, don't just stand there. What does it say?
It says, the Jackdaw is singing. Lieutenant John Williams had deliberately been given incorrect information by us, his superior officers in Britain. He managed to hold out for 48 hours before breaking. The information he gave to the Germans resulted in substantial German army reserves being moved to the Rennes and St. Malo regions and held there, thus weakening the defenses on the Normandy coastline where the Allied invasion actually took place. Lieutenant Williams survived after having been sent to a concentration camp. He now lives in Surrey, England, and has drawn a permanent disability pension since 1945. I stayed in the army after the war and rose to the rank of general, and am now on the retired list and spend my leisure time bird watching.